A Bad Moms Christmas is the sequel to the surprisingly pretty funny Bad Moms from last year, and I was very skeptical going into this movie on the account that it's a sequel to a comedy, and it's a sequel that's coming out only a little over a year after the first movie. So I was very skeptical going into this movie. The trailers didn't really impress me. It just seemed like a female version of Daddy's Home 2. And the plot of this movie is Mila Kunis' character, along with Catherine Hahn and Christian Bale's characters. They're back again, and they're being bad moms once again, but during the Christmas time. And I say this in the loosest of terms, because they don't really ever get that bad, per se. I don't know. But what happens in this movie is the three moms of these three characters come to visit during Christmas, and of course shenanigans happen, and that's our movie. That's all I'll say about that. Okay, yeah, does that sound like Daddy's Home 2 to you? Yeah, this movie's Daddy's Home 2. I'm sorry. I mean, a lot of people are going to be saying Daddy's Home 2 is A Bad Mom's Christmas because it comes out a week after this movie, but I've seen both movies, so I will know, I know now that this is Daddy's Home 2. A lesser version of Daddy's Home 2. Because although Daddy's Home 2 wasn't great, I really enjoyed that movie. I thought it was really funny, I thought it was fun, the characters were good. This movie, it's just not very good. I really liked the first movie. I think the first movie is really funny. I like the characters in the first movie. Here, the characters are like a shell of what they were once. And part of that is that the main trio isn't together a lot in the movie. Like, they'll be together in like scenes with other family members, but it's not focusing on them. For scenes that are only focusing on them, there's only 2 or 3. There aren't many scenes focusing on the main trio, Mila Kunis, Kristen Bell, and Catherine Hahn. And that's what made the first movie work, I think, was their rapport. And while it's there at times, like, there's a few scenes that are really good because they're together, and they look like they're having a lot of fun. They laugh at each other's jokes in the movie. So I don't know. I felt like they were just laughing on set, but they just kept it in the movie. But whatever. But I thought that they were having fun with these scenes. That's what I liked. When they're actually being bad moms, it's entertaining. This whole movie is entertaining. It's not bad per se. I mean, a lot of people are going to say it is, but it's not that bad. But my problem is all the characters in this movie are cartoons, especially the grandmother characters, the moms of the moms. Yeah, it's not that they're bad per se, but they're cartoons. It just doesn't really work. And that's my biggest problem with this movie is those characters. Because they don't feel real. There's nothing really there to latch onto. It tries to get some heart in at the end, but it just doesn't feel earned. And that's another big problem with the movie. It just, every little emotion this movie's going for doesn't feel earned because of what it's setting up beforehand. Okay, so the main rapport in this movie is Mila Kunis and the mother character, her mother. And the big, like, they build up to it earlier up. I'm not gonna spoil it, but they build up the mother's story, but it's not given to you by the mother. It's not, so it's given to you by another side character, and it doesn't work. It's like, well, that could have been good, but you're getting a side character this dialogue. Why? It's just, I don't know. There are a lot of things that went wrong with this movie. This movie's just kind of lazy from a comedy sequel standpoint. It just tries to do everything the first movie did, only worse, and not with as much heart or soul into it. And characters are all cartoons. I just didn't really care about them. That was my biggest problem. As I said, just the characters, man. Like, they aren't bad characters. They're just not very entertaining characters. The movie as a whole is entertaining because the writing isn't that bad. I mean, it feels a little lazy, but it can work if given the right or actors to execute it, and directors and whatnot. And at times there are moments where this movie's really funny, but as a whole, it just doesn't really work. It's just a very mediocre, lazy comedy sequel, and that's my biggest problem. As I said, there are a lot of good things in this movie. When the main three are together and the scenes focus on them, it's good. It's funny. It's sharp. There are really funny jokes in this movie. Catherine Hahn has this romance in the movie, and that was really funny. I really liked that. Though it wasn't really needed. But this movie also goes by really quick. It's very watchable. Like, it's really easy to watch. It's just not that good of a movie. Sadly, I'm going to give Bad Moms Christmas a C+. Sorry this review was a little drawn out, but whatever. I mean, things happen. This weekend I'm going to try to see Jigsaw, and I want to see Suburbicon and Thank You for Your Service, but I don't think I'm going to get around to those this weekend. But I'll try to get Jigsaw this weekend. But yeah, so that's my review for A Bad Mom's Christmas, so peace.